Support for Sportspage is provided by First Central Bank, full-service banking from 6 locations in Warrensburg, Holden, Higginsville, and Odessa. More information is available on their Facebook page or at the website firstcentral.net. Member FDIC. By the University Store. The University Store is the official headquarters for Mules and Jennies emblem clothing, gifts, and UCM memorabilia. Books, office supplies, art supplies, and more are available at the University Store, located on the lower floor of the Elliott Union on the UCM campus in Warrensburg. By Parker's Supermarket and Pharmacy, a home-owned and operated store that listens to its customers. Whether it's a hypoallergenic formula or a new exotic vegetable, Parker strives to serve the unique needs of the area. The mission at Parker's is to make grocery shopping a welcoming experience. And promotional support for Sportspage is provided by 1450 Cocoa and 98.5 The Bar. 1450 Cocoa and 98.5 The Bar, the radio home of University of Central Missouri Athletics. The Mules and Jennies basketball teams have won an amazing 15 of their last 16 MIAA games combined. So the red-hot Mules and Jennies are the focus for this week's show. And coming up next here on Sportspage, Mules basketball coach Kim Anderson stops by to talk about his team's 8-game winning streak that has them atop the MIAA standings. Jennies basketball has won 7 of their last 8, including a big win last night over 22nd ranked Emporia State. And Coach Dave Slifer will join us this week to talk about his squad. In our Sportspage Student Athlete Spotlights, we'll meet Mules junior forward Dominique and Jennies senior forward Nicole Caddell. So stick around. We've got an action-packed hour of Mules and Jennies sports coming your way next here on the Central Missouri Sportspage. Hello again, everybody, and thanks for watching the University of Central Missouri Sports Page. I'm Shawn Jones, and joining me to tip off the show this week is Mules basketball coach Kim Anderson. And Coach A, your team has now won 8 in a row, 2 games this week, and different guys continuing to step up as this team leads the MIAA. Well,
I think that's been a big key to our success, is that we haven't relied on one person, and on different nights, different guys have been very effective. You know, last night it was Alex Dean and Widget Washington, I thought, played a tremendous game, kind of as a floor general. You know, Lance Beckwith and Matt Webb had been sick for 2 days, and so we had, you know, guys step up. The game before that, you know, Boo Hunter has a great game for us, and you know, it's Dominique Long's had some great games, and you can just go down the list here all season long, and so. You know, you always, sometimes as a coach, you kind of want that go-to guy, but I think this team has evolved into the situation where there's more than one, and I think that's been a big reason why we've been able to put this little streak together. It's fun, I know, as a coach to build a team and watch a team learn, accept their roles, grow. It's part of the whole team concept. Guys maybe sacrificing something for the greater good of the team, and it's part of the maturation process of a student athlete. And we've certainly seen that with your basketball team this year. If you go back to December 31st, this team was struggling. And since then, they've won 8 in a row, 10 of their last 11, and they've gone from a team where perhaps internally we're wondering, can this team make the MIAA tournament, to a team that's clinched a spot in the MIAA tournament and has a lead in this great conference with 6 games left to go. Yeah, you know, we challenge those. We've talked about this a little bit before, but, you know, after the Washburn game, and certainly not taking anything away from them because they played very well, and I think they have a very good team. But we challenged our guys after that game, and, you know, we tried to use an old coaching trick where we kind of took some things away that maybe we all take for granted, you know, from practice gear, and you know, we have great student assistants who, you know, get the balls out and wipe the floor up and do the laundry, TV, stereo, all that stuff. You know, we kind of eased that out of the old locker room scene and challenged our guys to say, hey, we got to get, you know, we got to get down, we got to get after it. And fortunately, as a coach, they responded, and we responded by winning a game. We beat a highly ranked Fort Hays State team by 38 points the next night out, or the next game out. So, the trick worked. Now, does it always work? I know it doesn't, but I thought these guys responded. For the viewers, they get their stuff back every game. They get one thing back, and they've got it all back now. But I think that. That, and they had their own little meeting, and sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, I guess you could say it worked because we've gone on to have this streak. I think our chemistry is much better. I thought we had terrible chemistry in November and for the better part of December. I just didn't think we meshed together very well as a team. I think we were all from different backgrounds, different emphasis on our team. We had to learn how to play defense. We had to learn how to share the ball on offense. We cut our rotation down where some guys that were playing aren't playing now. And, there's always competition. And so, it's been a good little run for us. Unfortunately, there's still a bunch of games to go. So, we just have to keep going one game at a time.
Winners of 8 straight, a short little 2-game home swing for the Mules basketball team, and it started off Saturday. You hosted Pittsburgh State at the multipurpose building. It's a reunion weekend. You had about 50 former guys back. Great offensive show, as you see there, 84 points, shot the ball well, 29 of 32 at the free throw line, and got a win against a team that is really good. Big, physical, strong, athletic Pitt State team, and you get the victory.
Yeah, and we really I thought we played well for a period of time, and then in the second, I think Pitt State's really a good team. I think they're very well coached. They play very, very physical. They really get after you. And, I think we're physical, but I don't think we're as physical as they are. I think they're at another level of physicality. And I thought for the most part we responded pretty well. We turned the ball over too much at the end. We had a double-digit lead, and we gave it up. They took a 6-point lead. We got it back to double digits, and then in the last couple minutes, we kind of coughed it up. But we made a great defensive play at the end. I thought our guys really pulled together. Eric Gray, their guard, had scored 14 points in a row, and we trapped him at the end. Kept him from getting an open look, kept him from really even getting a shot off. He had to pass it, and then the clock ran out. So, great win. Had all these former players back. They had a great time. We had an alumni game Saturday morning. We had a couple chances to get together. I know they were introduced at halftime. Everybody over at the department with Michelle Schubert did a great job of putting this all together and just trying to find all these guys. And I know we probably didn't, but just getting everybody back here was really fun.
Yeah, we could have done a spotlight just on the alumni game, and if you follow Mules basketball, you would have enjoyed it.
Could have done the whole show.
Some guys, their skills are as good or better, and some guys have declined rapidly, but everybody had fun. It was really a blast and a great part of the weekend. Of course, like anything else, you have to win the game in order for it to be a successful weekend. Mules took care of that. They're 7th in a row. So now we move on to last night, Wednesday night, as Emporia State comes to town. A game you dropped back in mid-December on the road at Emporia, and you made up for it last night. Played a lot better defense than you did on Saturday. Continued the offensive onslaught as well in what was your 8th straight victory.
Well, this game we really did. This was a grinded-out game. This was probably a typical February MIAA grinded game. There's a great move there by Lance Beckwith flashing in the middle of the floor. They played a lot of zone defense, which stagnated the game, slowed it down a little bit. We had a little bit of trouble, I think, early getting into a flow. There's the one guy, Widget, that can make plays and gets it to Will, who powers it into the basket. There's Widget again, one of his 7 assists, and he only had 1 turnover. So, this was we didn't shoot the ball particularly well from the perimeter, but we still shot over 50% for the game. And as we'll see as these highlights go on, we threw it inside, and I just think that's a big strength of our team.
Yeah, trailed early in the ball game, as you see there, but Widget, such a catalyst in this basketball game, and it's easy to talk about the big guys like Alex Dean right there, career high 18. He was outstanding on 7 of 7 shooting, and there's Matt Webb, who had a dozen. He was solid in the ball game as well, but it all started with Widget, and his line score will tell you that. 12 points, 7 assists, 5 boards, 2 steals, and only 1 turnover.
Yeah, I think it was his best game since he's been here. He's had games where he scored more, or maybe had more assists, or whatever, more steals. But I just really think as far as playing under control, there's a great move by Matt Webb. This was Widget's best game. He did a good job defensively, too.
You guys continuing to move well without the ball, share the ball. I think that's a big key, having a chance to watch your team a lot, and that's one of the keys to this group. And the first place mark right now in the league is the fact that guys are moving without the ball. They're unselfish. They're sharing. There you see Widget attack, kick it, lay up, and you're getting high percentage shots and knocking them down.
Well, again, we shot 50%, and we didn't shoot very well from 3, so it tells you we got a lot of close-in layups, and Alex was on the receiving end of a lot of those.
67% shooting in the second half for the Mules. Another good look from Widget. Again, 26 points a game, his average a year ago in junior college, and he's proven that he's an outstanding passer and has certainly helped this Mules team as he gave a good look there to Alex Dean. You know, Alex, we saw him miss a free throw earlier, but I want to give him credit. He has really improved his free throw shooting of late and helped this team, as has all your guys on the inside.
Well, Will and Alex both have spent a lot of time practicing, and Matt Webb, those guys have made a lot of free throws here in the last couple of games, and we've shot a lot of free throws, which means we're getting the ball to the basket. 15-point
lead there, halfway mark of the second half. Again, the Mules continuing to take advantage of their advantage, and again, that's another thing that's a key to a good team. Guys figured it out. Good scouting report, they execute. The advantage was on the inside. The Mules take advantage, and you mentioned the free throws. 26 of 29 in the win against Pitt State, and 29 for 32 as well against Emporia State. So over 90% for the week at the foul line. That's just sensational.
Yeah, because we're trying to push it inside a lot and get the ball to the basket, and our big guys are playing stronger now, and they're getting fouled, and they're stepping to the line and making them.
So the Mules with the lead. You kept it around that double-digit lead as Emporia, tried to make a run, as all teams do late, but you broke pressure, got good layups, as you see Boo Hunter, the reigning MIAA Player of the Week.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about that. He struggled from the field last night, but when we needed the big bucket, he made the one there in the corner that took it from 9 to 12 with a couple minutes left, which was big and enabled us to keep that double-digit lead. There's a great execution. Our execution was really good last night, too, on some of our set plays.
Yeah, Dusty goes from left wing to right block. Good cut, good pass in there from Widget, and the score, and you're up 9, 3:37 left to go. And again, Emporia is not going to get any closer than this, and the Mules end up winning the basketball game by a 15-point margin, as we'll see in just a moment. There's Boo in the corner, knocks one down late, and that's kind of a dagger 3 as Emporia will take a timeout. You'll come out and eventually win the basketball game. The 8th straight for the Mules. It evens up the season series, and most importantly, keeps the Mules in first place in the MIAA. So the Mules win this basketball game by a final score of 76-61. The Mules, Dusty Allen there with the basket, and Alex Dean with a career-high 18 points in the 8th straight win for the Mules, who see their season record go to 15-4 overall, 11-3 in the MIAA. And this basketball team right now with a half-game lead in the conference with 6 games left to be played. 5 of the last 6 are on the road, but you see the results right now of the 14 games for the Mules. Half-game lead over Northwest, who did not play. Washburn still within striking distance. Same could be said for Missouri Southern. Still 7 teams there that have separation from SBU all the way up to Central Missouri. But it's good to be on top, Coach A. And, of course, a rigorous schedule remains for your team with 5 of the last 6 on the road. But when you're winning and when your team is on a win streak and you're leading the league, I think your guys would play in the parking lot right now. They're just excited to play.
Yeah, and we just have to approach it one game at a time. We go to Lincoln on Saturday, and a team that got some really good players. John Redmond, their coach, does a nice job. they'll be ready to play. It's always a great atmosphere down there. They got a great band, and you know, it's really it'll be a tough game for us. They've won a couple of games this year that against some good teams, so we have to get ready to play just every game, just one game. I think it's Washburn after that, and the one thing about it, we don't have to worry. They're all on the road, so we know where the bus is, and we just get on there and point it in the right direction.
3 o'clock tip on Saturday at Jason Gym in Jefferson City. So for all our Mid-Missouri Mules out there watching on KMOS-TV, come out and join us at Jason Gym. 3 o'clock at MIAA rivalry that goes way back, was renewed beginning last year. Mules and Lincoln at 3. That'll get you home in time to watch that KU-MU game at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. So that is Saturday. Trip to Lincoln, always tough. A team that's picked off some big wins this season and trying to get, as you mentioned, into the MIAA tournament, and then on the road again on Wednesday as you travel to Topeka to take on Washburn. We said it all season, even heading into the season, one of the top teams in the league. I think they're a game and a half back of you right now in the league standings, so they'll be fired up. They should be. You'll be fired up. You lost the game here at home. Great rivalry game between the Mules and the Ichabod, so should be a lot of fun next Wednesday.
Well, good team. Washburn, I think, along with Northwest, you know, besides having great talent, I think both of those teams are very efficient. I think they know who their men are. They know where they get their best shots. They know who the ball needs to go to, and you know, that's why they're up there towards the top. And so, you know, Wednesday will be another, you know, Central Missouri Washburn games are always exciting. So we'll look forward to going out there after we play Lincoln.
Exciting for the guys, too. They fought hard, they've learned, they've grown. 10 new guys on this team. We've talked about that. So it was a maturation process for these guys to come into the system. And I'll be honest, normally that takes a year. Normally you would say, okay, we've got 10 new guys, wait till next year. But this team said, well, let's have a couple weeks here, let's figure it out, let's listen to the coaches, and now you're leading the league. So that's not only exciting for this season, it's exciting for the future, too.
Well, it is, because we'll have everybody will be back next year, with the exception of Boo and Dusty Allen. So, and Reggie Stallings, you know, tore his ACL at the beginning of the year, and he'll have another year. So, you know, the core group of this team will return next year. But I think right now our guys are excited about what's going on this year, and you know, our first goal is always to get in the MIAA tournament. We've done that, and you know, now you look further down the line to conference championships and maybe getting into the national tournament. So a whole lot to play, a lot of basketball left, a lot of games left, and you know, it's important for us to continue with the same type of mental approach that we have here in these last 8 games. That just every game is important, and you just got to get ready for one and then go to the other. A
lot of games left for you. I want to do my job, the marketing side, and plug the fact that the MIAA tournament is coming up March 1st through the 4th. The Mules have clinched a spot. They'll open play on Friday, March 2nd. Jennies on Thursday, March 1st. MIAA tournament tickets are on sale now in the Athletic Ticket Office, room 101 of the Multi, 9 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. So get your tickets. We'll see you at Municipal in Kansas City. I know you got a lot of games to worry about, but you know, instead of plugging home games, we've only got a couple of those left, so might as well start plugging the MIAA tournament.
No doubt. It's always an exciting event, and you know, hopefully when that time gets here, we'll be a high seed, and we'll be able to go up there and do well.
Continued success. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks, Jonesy.
Coming up next on Sportspage, we'll get to know Mules Junior forward Dominique Long, the Waynesville product. Coming up next here on KMOS-TV.
Voces to me means pride in my community, pride in myself, sense of self-esteem, self-worth, passion for our people, Latino contributions to American culture, all rolled into one, where Latino voices from all corners of America can be heard. I'm Edward James Olmos, and Voces is my source for Latino stories on PBS.
To finish what I start.
I choose to accomplish my goals.
I choose red to make my family proud.
I choose red because I can take classes that work around my schedule.
I choose red to advance my career.
The University of Central Missouri Summit Center in Lee Summit has academic programs designed to help you finish your degree, advance your career, and discover your potential. Learn more at choosered.ucmo.edu.
And welcome back to Sportspage here on the Central Missouri Sports Television Network. In this segment, we shine the student-athlete spotlight on Mules junior forward Dominique Long.
I got started playing basketball when I was about, I'd say like 5 maybe. My dad kind of like instilled it in my head kind of when I was little, so I pretty much kind of had no choice. But I mean, luckily for him, I ended up liking it, so I stuck with it, you know, throughout my young years. I went to Waynesville High School. It's probably like an hour and a half away from here. And then I got recruited by Drury, and I went there for 2 years and didn't really like it all that much, so I decided to go my separate ways with Coach Hesser and Drury. So then I called my friend Dusty. He was going here at the time, and he kind of talked to the coaches for me and stuff like that. And then I came up on a visit and played, and they ended up liking me, and then I ended up signing that way. Actually, I love playing for UCM. I mean, I got a good relationship with all the coaches, and me and my teammates are pretty cool. So, I mean, it makes everything, it makes it kind of like a good basketball environment to play in. I mean, because I can go talk to my coaches about anything on the court or off the court, and then my teammates too. If I had a problem with them, we all are upfront about everything, so I can go talk to them. And then it's fun on the court, obviously. I mean, we're on a 8-game winning streak so far, so that's pretty fun too. Probably our practice would be like upbeat, up-tempo, on the move a lot. I mean, if we don't come with a lot of energy, Coach A will make us get energy, put us on the line, and then after running up and down the court a couple of times, everybody will wake up. And so pretty much I say upbeat and up-tempo and full of energy probably. I like to call myself a tweener, probably because I'm 6'6", but then I can kind of do everything all right. So I don't got one thing that I just do great, but I can do a lot of things pretty well. Like I can handle the ball pretty well and shoot pretty well for my size. So I kind of consider myself a tweener, like a Lamar Odom or something like that. I'd say to continue on the winning streak, we'd probably have to continue to play hard defensively. We do that for the most part in the first halves and the beginning of the games, but sometimes we'll catch ourselves slacking off, not playing defense as hard. And also I'd say getting the ball inside, not only like just to myself, but like to Matt Webb and Will Kersey and Alex Dean. I mean, they're all big. I mean, there's probably like no other big guys in the conference that really can guard them three, and sometimes we'll find ourselves getting away from giving them through the ball, and our guards or us or take a lot of outside shots and not give them the ball as much, and then it seems to hurt the team also. So I think if we just keep getting the ball inside and keep playing defense pretty hard, I mean, the rest will come and we'll probably keep winning. Yeah, I know this might sound a little weird, but like a lot of my teammates like to listen to stuff to get them all hyped and things like that, but me, I like to stay chill, and I listen to like R&B and slow jams, people like Chris Brown, Usher, stuff like that. I don't like to get overly hyped, because then I feel like I do too much out there. I'll shoot it too hard or, you know, do things. So I like to stay relaxed, so I'll listen to something like that. And then I always got to talk to my mom before every game, and that's about it. My major is finance. I was computer science, but I kind of felt like that kind of was a little too hard. I didn't really understand computer code and things like that, so I went with finance since the economy's bad, and hopefully I could, you know, learn a little bit about money so I'll never be broke. Well, after college, I want to play professionally somewhere, whether that's in the NBA. That's the ultimate goal. But you know, go overseas will be fine. But if I can't do that, then I'll probably come back, and I like to be like sell securities and stuff like that, and do investments for people and set up for retirement and things like that. Besides basketball, I like to, you know, hang out with my teammates, and we play video games, we go out together, things like that, and I like playing chess and watching movies and stuff like that. So other than basketball, I'm pretty chill. I just like to be with my friends, teammates, and I'll be satisfied with that. The Waynesville product has stepped into a leadership role for the Mules after redshirting a year ago.
His 12 points per game are third on the team, and his 5.7 rebounds per contest lead the Mules. At 6'6", he's a versatile player as well for the MIAA leading Mules, as he ranks amongst the league leaders in three-point percentage and free throw percentage. And coming up next on Sportspage, we'll take a look at how all the Mules and Jennies winter sports teams performed this past week, and we'll talk Jennies basketball with head coach Dave Slifer. All of that's on the way when Sportspage continues right after this.
I choose to accomplish my goals.
I choose to follow through, to finish my degree.
I choose a university that's convenient and close to home.
I choose Red to transfer my credit hours without any hassles.
I choose Red to graduate on time.
The University of Central Missouri Summit Center in Lee Summit has academic programs designed to help you finish your degree and discover your potential. Learn more at choosered.ucmo.edu.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
We're getting them ready.
I'm ready to read.
Ready to try.
I'm ready. Estoy listo.
Ready for life.
I'm ready to speak.
It's what we do every day.
I'm ready to dream.
With the books we provide, the workshops we sponsor. At KMOS-TV 6, we're committed to making sure every child in Central Missouri is
ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to learn.
I just like the surprise when I turn on the TV and there's an interesting program about history or about gardening or about quilting. So that's really a wonderful source for me, and that's why I like KMOS. It's my source.
You're watching KMOS Channel 6.1, Sedalia.
And once again, thanks for watching Sportspage here on the Central Missouri Sports Television Network. Coming up next, we'll talk Jennies basketball with head coach Dave Slifer. But first, let's look back at how the Mules and Jennies performed this past week. And we start with the UCM track and field team. They put together some outstanding performances at the Missouri Southern Invitational last weekend down in Joplin, winning 10 events. Darius Walker and Lindsay Leto highlighted the day with their record-breaking performances in the heptathlon and the pentathlon. Walker broke the building record in Joplin and recorded the second-best time in the nation. Leto was the #1 scorer in the country in the pentathlon, and she broke the Leggett and Platt Center athletic building record as well. The Mules wrestling squad had an up-and-down week. They dropped a 38-11 duel to Ouachita Baptist on Friday in Little Rock, Arkansas. Then last night, the Mules bounced back with a solid road win, 25-20 over Newman in Wichita, Kansas. Jennies basketball has been on a roll. They've won 7 of their last 8 games, including a thrilling win over 22nd-ranked Emporia State last night. Joining us now to talk about his squad is Jennies basketball coach Dave Slifer. Coach Slifer, welcome back to the show.
Great to be here.
Well, you had a week where you had 2 very big basketball games against nationally ranked opponents. I know it was a tumultuous week for you because you were disappointed in the one on Saturday, but very happy with the way your team performed and got the win last night.
Well, we're pretty excited about last night's win, and we were very, very disappointed that we could not beat Pitt State. They're a team that is it's got a lot of different weapons, and we couldn't quite get it done. So I was glad that the team rebounded last night and found a way to beat a very, very good Emporia team.
As I mentioned, your team has won 7 of your last 8 basketball games. To what do you attribute that success? Because that's hard to do in this league.
Well, I think we've gotten our roles kind of figured out on the team. Our defensive effort is so much better right now. We've got a pretty good idea of what we're doing, and then offensively, we're kind of switching some things around, and I think you'll see us kind of jam the ball inside a little bit more. We've gotten by with some great three-point shooting in the last few weeks, but probably at the end of the season, it's going to kind of go more inside.
Last Saturday, let's go back to that just for a moment. You hosted 16th-ranked Pittsburgh State. I know it was a frustrating game. It was back and forth, and they just had that one last run that gave them the victory.
They did. They made some plays at the end of the game, and we've been a team that have made a lot of winning plays at the end of games in the 7 out of 8. So it happened against us this time, and you know, whether it's the ball bounces wrong for us, whether it's maybe a whistle doesn't go our way, which happened, that's just the way it goes.
Wednesday night, you hosted 22nd ranked Emporia State at the Multi. I know when you play a 20-game conference schedule, you never want to circle one and say this is a must-win, but this was as close as it gets with the goals you have for this team.
To do anything in the regional, we had to win this game last night. And, the kids knew it, we knew it, and our kids responded very, very well.
As Coach Slifer and I continue to chat, we'll look back at the highlights. Jennies and number 22 ranked Emporia State. A little bit of a slow start for each team early, and then kind of a typical Jennies script. A good run in the first half, built a big lead, and then you made it interesting, but got the victory.
We did. That move 2 moves ago by Saretha Brown may have been her best move since she's been here. She did a nice job of staying under control, making the play. You saw Ship just make a 3, then Nicole Caddell had a great first half. She played very, very with an economy of motion, it seemed like. She'd just catch it and just drive.
There's something she's been doing a lot better. Hitting free throws, 3-point play is a big part of her game.
Well, she was 13 of 14 against Missouri Southern and did a great job last night of getting to the line and finishing. There's her little up and under move that a lot of people think's travel, but it definitely was not.
She is so good, and we'll see in these highlights, the outside-in game. Starts on the wing, attacks, and scores.
Well, she's a multi-dimensional player, and she's so strong. There you see Shaq just take it to the rack right there and make a play, abuse kind of an Emporia defender right here. But then Ship makes a nice post move. So we've got a lot of different weapons that we can use, and that was a Kenesha Lee pass right there.
Kenesha, you know, I heard you on the post-game show. You were very pleased with her game. Offensively, had some pretty good numbers, and offensive rebounding and in her points, 5-6 points. But she also had 3 blocks and a steal, and some of the plays she made on defense, I know you're very proud of.
Well, I was. She can guard a lot of different type people. So she guards inside people, she can guard the perimeter, and one of these days she'll even guard a point guard for us because she's so long.
There you see Nicole Caddell driving to the bucket. Again, Nicole with a solid performance. We're going to spotlight her later on in the show. There you see Shippy, good post passing to Nicole, good post passing to Shaquanda, who really had her best game since coming back by a long shot.
By a long shot. Offensively, she was very, very good. She was a little suspect on the defensive end, which is fine. You know, she'll keep working on that. It'll get better. There's our nice 15-point lead that we will not see much longer.
No, that's what I was talking about. It was 28-13. Built the lead, a little turnover there, had some empty possessions. Next thing you know, it's a ball game again, just to make it interesting for the fans, right?
Well, an 8-0 run where we just did not score for that last 4.5 minutes was frustrating. There's Kenesha Lee just making a nice post-up move, easy play.
But there you see the good ball movement. Boy, nice move by Saretha Brown. That's tough to defend.
That is. She can do a lot of different things. You saw her a while ago make a driving move and use her left hand finish. There's Nicole right there making the tough plays. It's an interesting group we got right now because we got so many weapons. And if those two guys start playing together like that, we're going to be a tough team to beat.
And there you see Kenesha Lee, good step-through move, fighting, earning free throws. It's funny, we've been able to see her confidence grow. The more she's played and down the stretch of the season, and she's become a key cog in this thing.
She is, and she's been starting and doing a good job with that. But now, last night we got her in at the end of the game, which we hadn't really been playing 2 bigs together. We hadn't been playing Nicole and Kenesha together at the end of the game. And last night we were able to have 2 of our 3 bigs in at one time and felt comfortable doing it. And that's not only defensively but offensively, it makes it a lot harder on other teams.
There's a good move by Shaq on the inside. 8 of 9 shooting the basketball, 17 points last night.
She played with a lot of confidence, and you know, she's trying to play hard for her teammates right now, and it's fun to watch her development right here of regaining their trust and making sure that they know she's giving a great effort.
Because you get Shaq and Nicole out there on the floor at the same time, you're a pretty tough team.
We are. I mean, they're so aggressive. There's Nicole just, you know, she's just not that big of a kid, but she takes up a lot of space and just plays hard.
Of course, it wasn't going to be easy. We're tied at 60 here down the stretch, 94 seconds to go. Had some lead changes late, but you guys made enough winning plays.
Once again, we made some winning plays. There's Shaq making the tough play right there. We had no rebounding. Thank goodness she made it. She makes 1 out of the 2 free throws right here. Emporia comes back down. I'm pretty sure we'll probably foul, which we did most of the night. Oh, we don't have the play.
No.
Oh, we don't have the play.
Sake of time. Of time. We move on. Emporia gets a last possession and misses a couple shots, and the block charge there late in the game. And anytime you get a 1-point game in the MIAA, it's going to be hotly contested. And the Jennies come up on the winning end this time, because Saturday the same thing happened and you came up on the losing end.
Same thing. So
they even out.
It does, and I've played enough games in White Auditorium. I have no sympathy whatsoever for Emporia State.
There you see the final as the Jennies win at 63-62, and that one keeps you in striking distance. We'll look at the MIAA standings here, right there at 9-5. I know you feel like this league should get 4 teams into the tournament. Probably will get 3 teams into the tournament. You're a game back of Emporia. You split on the season, so it doesn't matter who you're playing now. You're on the bubble. You got to keep winning.
We're definitely on the bubble, and we hope we get at least 3 teams in, but there's no guarantee because there is 4 conferences now in this region. So there's going to be a lot of crazy things happen in that conference tournaments.
This Saturday, you head up to Jefferson City to take on the Lincoln Blue Tigers, a 1 o'clock game. A tough loss earlier this year, but credit. I mean, there's no secrets in this one. Katie Vasky-Vaughn, the head coach, she is a Jenny. She played here. She was your GA. And, of course, Nicole Collier, her assistant, played for you at Western, was your assistant here at Central. So hope you change out some of your signals and things because they're going to know what you're doing.
Well, we scored 11 points at a half at home against Lincoln, and that was a tough, tough night. And we came back, took a lead in the second half, but just has worn ourselves out. So we did not get the win there, and that was a great win for Katie and Nicole, and they let me know it, which they should have. That was a very, very great win for them.
What does your team need to do better this go-around, besides the obvious, and that's hit some buckets and score points?
Well, I think defensively we're just a lot better. I don't think we were very good defensively at that time, and it's funny to say that whenever we only scored 11 points, but I'm not as concerned about our offense as our defense, and they've got the kid inside, Suan, that had 34 last night, and she's a heck of a player, and we're going to have to do a much better job with Kanisha and Shaq on her than we did last night.
Let's look ahead for the sake of television, talk about the game next Wednesday. You go to Washburn. I know you're not thinking about that right now, but the 11th ranked Lady Blues, and what it is it's a game that if you can win it, big challenge, but if you can win it, big opportunity, really help you in those regional rankings.
Oh, definitely. That's another one that's circled on there. Although, you know what, Emporia circled, Lincoln on the road was circled because we got beat by them earlier, and now we're talking Washburn, who, we felt like that we should have won both games with Pitt, and we played very well against Washburn at home earlier in the season, and now we've got to find a way to get on the road and get a win.
6 regular season games left, and you've been in this league a long time. These games turn into grinders. You display your toughness in these games, and that's almost as important as your execution. It's your mental and physical toughness down the stretch here.
It is. We did a good job. A couple weeks ago we had 3 games in a row on the road, and we started to have a pretty good plan there because we kind of limited the possessions, played good defense, were able to get 3 wins on the road, and it was basically because our kids really played defense.
Interesting league this year. You know, you look at Pittsburgh State, they vaulted up there, Washburn's there, but you're still within the mix. I mean, you still got a shot to make some noise at this thing. There's probably about 5 teams that have a shot with 6 left to go in terms of making noise in the regular season. But it all sets up then for the seeds for the postseason tournament, and anything could happen in Kansas City.
Absolutely anything, because Fort Hays is probably the other team there that's kind of in that 5th slot that they've got some talent. I mean, they've got a freshman post player at 6'4" that's playing very, very good basketball right now. And we've got to still go out there and play Fort Hays. So playing 5 and 6 on the road is going to be a challenge for us. But like you say, we're playing for seeds. We're playing for regional bids. We're playing to make sure that our season gets extended.
You've played a very difficult road schedule this year in the league, and then you mix in, of course, the trip down to Wichita Falls, Texas, and beating Midwestern State, a very good team down there. You're 4-2 on the road. So the road so far, knock on wood, has not not bothered your team.
Well, historically, our teams have always played pretty well on the road, and I don't know really what the reasoning is for it, but we've done a pretty good job, and right now I've got a lot of confidence in this team that we can go and play with anybody and hopefully make winning plays at the end to win some games on the road.
And if you can get some of those 3 balls back that were falling so easily at the beginning of this stretch, this team could really be a formidable force, because everything else, you mentioned the defense, you mentioned the effort, and everybody kind of accepting their roles, Shaq coming back, Nicole being so strong. Start knocking down those 3 balls again, that could really be a benefit.
Well, one of the deals with throwing it in the post so much right now is that it's going to open up the 3 ball for us. And so Taylor Hanson's going to get some better looks. Some of the other kids throughout, they'll get some other looks, and Shippy will get back to shooting it again. So we're definitely going to start pounding it in there, but look for it to go back the other way and get a bunch of 3 balls out of it too.
Coach Slifer, as always, thanks for the chat. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Shawn.
In just a moment on Sportspage, we'll get to know one of the Jennies' top performers, senior forward Nicole Caddell. That's coming up next here on Sportspage.
I choose to accomplish my goals.
I choose to follow through, to finish my degree.
I choose a university that's convenient and close to home.
I choose Red to transfer my credit hours without any hassles.
I choose Red to graduate on time.
The University of Central Missouri Summit Center in Lee Summit has academic programs designed to help you finish your degree and discover your potential. Learn more at choosered.ucmo.edu.
Create. It inspires me. I love cooking with Ming.
Oh, no. Jacques Pepin is the man.
I knew how to fix a furnace, but now I know the hot spots of Rio.
I've turned shacks into castles, and now I can fill them with antiques.
And I caught you watching that quilting show.
And I'm getting pretty good.
Hi, I'm Kevin O'Connor.
And I'm Tom Silva.
And
we love to watch Create. It inspires us.
To create with you.
Watch Season to Season Outdoors starting in January only on KMOS-TV.
You're watching KMOS Channel 6.1, Sedalia, Warrensburg.
This year is compared to last year's team. I really think that we have more heart. I really think that we go out, like sometimes we do have our downfalls in the second half, but altogether I think we our work ethic is very hard. You know, I think we go out and we play to our potential every day, every game. Compared to last year's team, our defense is faster, like, well, even our offense, like we have quicker guards and like they get straight into the offense. Like we got a lot of faster breaks this year, and we also, everybody's running the floor this year. We have a lot of plays to set for each teammate, so like we'll have different numbers for each individual on the team. Each guard, like a guard, I have 1, 2, and 3, so we like name it by different things or whatever, but everybody basically contributes this year. It's not a 2-man game this year. Last year basically was like a 2 or 3-man game. This year everyone's a part of this, I feel like they're my sisters, really, on the court and off the court. Like, I love them to death. Like, they are family members. It's a special bond between us. It's not just teammates. It's way more than teammates. Last year, I really only had like a one-thing game. I was only being a post player. I was only doing post moves. I was only being shown in the post. This year, I think I have all-around game. Like, I'm shooting it more. I took, like last game, I took 3 mid-range jumpers, which more than I ever took last year. I really didn't shoot hardly none. I have shot more threes this year than I have in the past year or whatever. So I think I'm a more all-around game. Personally, the thing I need to work on is concentration on the court, because of the fact, like, when I'm guarding the guard, I get stuck on guard a lot, and I have to. It's quicker than guarding the post, so I have to be able to move quicker. But I think I'm doing an okay job better right now, but I really wanted to do better. So my guard defense, I really want to step it up a little bit. My stepdad which was my coach in high school. I didn't start playing until I was like in the 8th grade or whatever. But once I got to meet him, and my older brothers was playing basketball, and my mom finally let me go out for the team and play when I got to 8th grade. And I started on varsity 8th grade, my first year. And since then, me and my stepdad, we just been working hard to become the best player I can be. I would say my stepdad and my teammate, my 9th grade point guard, the girl I came in behind, Amber Rockwell. She's an awesome player right now. She's playing in Puerto Rico. She's an awesome player, and she gave me that drive to like always go out or be 100% about everything. You know, give your all in everything you do. That was her main thing. That's what she told me every day. So, long story short, what really made me come to UCM, I was getting recruited by basically everybody in the MIAA or in Kansas and Missouri, D2 wise, because I played in Salina, Kansas for my JUCO national. But the one that really stuck out was UCM because of Josh Kuster, and like he really opened his arms to my family, opened his arms to me, and really made me feel like I would be well taken care of at UCM. And that's exactly what they're doing now. Him and Coach Slifer take care of me on and off the court. Whatever I need, whatever I can go to them for anything. What I want to do after college, I'm a recreation major, and so I stay in a small town, something like Warrensburg. Well, I'm from a small town. I don't really stay in a small town. I moved out of that town. This is Greensboro, Alabama, and me and my parents are looking to build a recreation center / daycare. We're putting the foundation down. We're trying to get the foundation down within the next year or so, and because the town never had a recreation center there, and we're gonna try to do that. And then I'm also going to go into criminal justice. When I go back home, I'm going to just get my small degree in criminal justice and work at work on the task force for you. I really feel like we're going to go all the way to the tournament, and we're going to win. We're going to win the tournament and go on and play in nationals. And I know we have the ability to do it. We have all talent. We have all heart. Like our team has I really think our team has the biggest heart of most teams in the MIAA or in D2 period. I really think we have the biggest heart. Like, we got the biggest fight. We go out and we play hard. So I really believe that we can make it all the way.
The senior from Tuscaloosa, Alabama leads the team with 16 points per game while grabbing 7.4 rebounds per contest, making Caddell one of the top players in the MIAA. In just a moment, we'll tell you where all the Mules and Jennies are competing this weekend as Sportspage rolls on after this timeout.
I choose to finish what I start.
I choose to accomplish my goals.
I choose red to make my family proud.
I choose red because I can take classes that work around my schedule.
I choose red to advance my career.
The University of Central Missouri Summit Center in Lee Summit has academic programs designed to help you finish your degree, advance your career, and discover your potential. Learn more at choosered.ucmo.edu.
The big thing with the KMOS Ready to Learn program isn't just, come watch our shows, but then they want you to turn it off and read a book. My source for quality children's education is KMOS-TV.
KMOS-TV is a nonprofit organization owned and operated by the University of Central Missouri. The station relies upon many people, businesses, and organizations in order to provide programming services to thousands of people throughout Central Missouri. We can't do it alone. We need people to contribute as members, as corporate partners, and through major gifts and bequests, which can be arranged through a will. Public broadcasting faces many challenges in the years ahead as it competes in an increasingly cluttered media marketplace. But public television strives to be different. If this difference has been important to you, then I hope you'll consider a significant contribution to KMOS-TV through a major gift or bequest to keep KMOS-TV and the entire public broadcasting system going strong. You can call KMOS-TV to get more information on how you can make a contribution that will change lives for the better for decades to come.
For one final time this week, welcome back to Sportspage. Before we wrap up this week's show, let's check our upcoming schedule of events so you know where to follow the Mules and Jennies. And we start with UCM basketball on the road. The MIAA leading Mules begin another 3-game road swing with a trip to Jefferson City Saturday to take on Lincoln at 3 o'clock. Then next Wednesday, the Mules will be in Topeka, Kansas to take on Washburn in a 7:30 p.m. contest. You can catch the action on 1450 Cocoa, 98.5 The Bar, 90.9 The Bridge, and WarrensburgRadio.com. The Jennies basketball squad has won 7 of their last 8 games, and they'll travel to Jason Gym in Jeff City Saturday for a 1 o'clock contest with Lincoln. Then Wednesday night, the Gens will take on 11th-ranked Washburn at 5:30 at Lee Arena. Of course, we'll have both games for you on Cocoa, 98.5 FM, and WarrensburgRadio.com. For $8, you can watch the video webcasts of all the UCM basketball games this week via a link to our website, ucmo.edu/athletics. The Mules wrestling team will take on 6th-ranked Central Oklahoma Thursday night down in Edmond, Oklahoma, coming off a win on Wednesday in Wichita against Newman. And the UCM indoor track and field team will host the Mule Relays Friday and Saturday. The women's event will begin Friday morning with multi-events and field events and running events in the afternoon, while the men's competition will follow with the same format on Saturday. The 5th-ranked Jennies bowling team will be in Arlington, Texas this weekend. They'll take part in the Prairie View A&M Invitational. And it's time now for our weekly Sportspage trivia question. Each week, we give you a chance to win a prize from UCM Athletics. Last week, we asked you, where did UCM co-head track and field coach Kip Jamron, along with the other co-head track and field coach Kirk Peterson, attend college? The correct answer, Simpson College in Iowa. And Ron knew the answer. He was the first person to email us with the correct answer, so he wins a UCM Athletic t-shirt. This week, our question is, how many regular season MIAA contests are the Mules and Jennies basketball teams playing in this season? It's been 12 in the past, 16 at times, even 22 games. So what is it this season? To be entered to win a UCM Athletics t-shirt, send the correct answer to the address you see on your TV or email us at sportspage@kmos.org. And with that, we wrap up this edition of the Central Missouri Sports Page. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we invite you to tune in again each week, Thursday nights at 7 or Saturdays at 5, to keep up with the Mules and Jennies. We also encourage you to visit our website, ucmo.edu/athletics. Follow us on Twitter at UCM Mules, and search for Sportspage. We've got 2 different sites, the UCM Athletics site or the Sportspage site on Facebook. Until next week, for our entire crew, this is Shawn Jones saying thanks for watching Sportspage here on KMOS-TV.
for Sportspage is provided by Parker's Supermarket and Pharmacy in Warrensburg. Parker's works hard to supply grocery staples and spices to cook Italian, Mexican, Chinese, Indian, and Thai cuisine. The mission at Parker's is to make grocery shopping a welcoming experience for everyone. By First Central Bank, full-service banking from 6 locations in Warrensburg, Holden, Higginsville, and Odessa. More information is available on their Facebook page or at the website firstcentral.net. Member FDIC. And by Union Station, crossroads to technology, a one-stop shopping source for technology needs. Campus-compatible computers, software for Mac and PCs, and much more. Located on campus on the lower floor of the Elliott Union in Warrensburg. Union Station, crossroads to technology. And promotional support for Sportspage is provided by 1450 Cocoa and 98.5 The Bar. 1450 Cocoa and 98.5 The Bar, the radio home of University of Central Missouri Athletics.